Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and today we'll talk together how we can stop procrastinating, stop being lazy and start being productive. Stay with me. There are many reasons why we're lazy and we procrastinate, and today I'll talk about some of them and I'll give you some tricks, some ways, some hacks how we can overcome this and be productive. One of the reasons why we procrastinate and we are lazy, we postpone things, is because we think, oh, the project is too big to do, it's too difficult, and yeah, we escape difficulties, we want easier things. That's why we should divide our goal into smaller parts. For example, let's say we want to exercise, we want to live healthy life, but then just thinking about it, that you have to buy membership for the gym, you have to go to the gym a couple of times a week, you have to buy supplements, you have to eat healthy diet, right? This all seems a lot, and that's why we never start. We always like saying, oh, next Monday or next month, and that day never comes. So what we should do is start with something. If you want to exercise, you know what, you can just open YouTube, you can find videos, right? And don't make yourself exercise an hour a day, but let's say 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and start with something. I don't know, on your floor, just start doing some exercising, right? That's a small step you can do. So you start exercising at home, do it first 10 minutes, then you can turn it into 15 minutes. Or if you feel like even 20 minutes is too much, do 15 minutes, do a few times a week, which is already good. It's better than nothing. And then your body gradually gets used to it, right? Or the same is about food. Instead of thinking, oh, I should totally change my diet, I should start eating organic food, all healthy, all good, start with something. I don't know, if you eat too much sweets, right? Eat less, like take out something one, not everything and not at all. And you can see you can start with something. Just put smaller goals, divide your goals into smaller parts. And you just think if you do it little by little, in a month, you'll have a big progress. Want to clean your house, right? It seems too much, it will take a long time, but then you never start doing. Your house is a total mess. Start with something. Every day do something. Organize your closet one day. Maybe not next day, but a couple of days later, do something, right? Then just don't think about it. When you think about how big, how huge the project is, it makes you overwhelmed. It makes you think like, oh, that's too much. I will start it another time, not today, not today. And that other time never comes. Another hack that worked for me, and it works time to time when I fall into laziness and procrastination, is creating your to-do list. I remember it was COVID times. It seemed like, oh, we didn't have to go to work, right? There was so much time, but I was being less productive, and my days and hours would pass, and I would feel, oh my God, I didn't do much. So I would feel lazy, I would feel guilty. And then a friend of mine said, you know what, you can write down the things you're gonna do next day, and you promise yourself to do it, and then each time you accomplish one of the tasks, you just check, which makes you feel good about it. So what I did, right, or what I do time to time when I need it, I just create a to-do list of the day. And even if it's not something big, I don't know, do the dishes, right? But I put it there, and I try also to follow the steps. And each time I do something, I check. It makes me feel so good, so proud of myself. Why having a to-do list is important and useful, because when you have your to-do list and when you accomplish things from there, you put a tick that you did it, then it makes you feel accomplished. It makes you feel proud of yourself, you know, and then next time you want to do it again, because you get pleasure, right? It's enjoyable. And even if there's something small, which can be make my bed, do the dishes, cook food, go to buy groceries, when you write and then you do and then you check, it makes you feel proud of yourself. You feel that you are productive, and put also some bigger things there. Like one of my to-do lists is like wake up at 7 a.m. if it's weekend, right? I promise myself to wake up at 7 a.m. I promise myself to exercise at home, and I write at least 20 minutes. Do 20 minutes. If you do more, great. If you don't do more, just 20 minutes, it's still great. Just write the things for the next day you're going to do, okay? The things that you always postpone in your mind, no, you write down and promise yourself you are going to do this. when we just tell to ourselves in our mind, oh, tomorrow I'll do this and that and that and that, and then we get up, right? It's like, oh, it's my day off or whatever. No, I want to chill today. So we just said it to ourselves in our mind. We never wrote down, we never promised to anyone, right? So we don't do them. If you have similar problems, so write them down. Big or small, right? Just don't put, like, as I said in my first part, right? The first trick, don't like set huge goals. They can be something small. Divide your goals into smaller parts, write them down, and promise to yourself. I really say, I promise to myself, I'm gonna do it. No excuses. Just make it something realistic. Don't write 100 things there. Keep it simple, do it, and yeah, and just promise to yourself you're not gonna break the promise. Do it. When we procrastinate and we don't do things we need to do, we fill our time with something else. And most of the time, this something else is not something really useful. That's a distractor, things that distract us. Especially nowadays, it's so easy. Our phones, internet, I don't know, TV, a lot of things. This is like the junk food for our, mind that distracts us, and then we should determine what is this distractor and remove it from our life, from our day. Maybe not constantly, but have this routine when you want to be in your phone and when you have this time to do things you really need to do. I'll share my example. Okay, there are some apps, including like Instagram or Facebook or other apps that I know distract me. And what I do, I just give this promise to myself: for a week, no Instagram. But if I keep that app in my phone, I might still use it. So what I do, I just delete the app from my phone, okay, for a week. And I write in my phone notes, from this date to this date, I promise to myself, I promise to God, I'm not gonna use Instagram. And when I feel lazy, when I want to open my distractor, I'm like, Lilith, you promised, go check your notes, okay? And that helps me not to use it, not to be distracted, and instead use my time on things I really need to do. And again, it's about things like, don't keep in your head. Just write it down, maybe in your notes or in your journal or wherever. Promise to yourself, promise to God that you will not use it, okay? You will not go back to this distractor. It can be food, maybe people, maybe apps or whatever. Just determine what distracts you. Why are you lazy? What you do when you don't do things you need to do. Another important point here is time management. Trust me, a lot of people are really bad at it. So when I mentioned in the first part that you need to write the tasks, write the goals of the day that you're going to accomplish, I really recommend writing also how much time you want to spend on it, okay? Because when we do it at the moment, we are so lazy, we don't want to spend a lot of time. We might never start. Even when we start, we're like, oh, it's too difficult, it's too tiring, it's too much. You might do it for 5 minutes and then leave it. But no, when you do it a day in advance, when you plan it right with your fresh head and mind, you promise to yourself how much time is realistic to spend on a certain project. Maybe that's doing sports, exercising, cooking, taking a walk, cleaning your apartment, or working on a project. Just a day in advance, when you are not in that situation thinking, I don't need this, you think, how much time should I spend on it? And keep it moderate. Don't like be too extreme. Don't write like 5 hours or whatever. As I said, we do little by little. We break into smaller parts. You can write 30 minutes, right? You can write 1 hour. So determine in advance how much time is good to spend on a certain project. And give yourself break. You can work for 30 minutes and have break for 5 minutes. Work for 30 minutes and have break for 5 minutes. That's really important, which again, I say you should determine, you should promise, you should write down in advance. We all have our inner child, and imagine you are the mom of that inner child, and your child has to do homework, and I'm like, Mom, I'm tired, I don't want to do it, and you're like, no, do it, no, do it, no, sit for hours and do it. Of course, this child will cry, will get upset, will get tired, but instead we can say, okay, babe, you can just do your homework for 30 minutes, go and have break for 5 minutes, do it for 30 minutes again, go have another break, okay, but break should be shorter than the actual work. So think about this, think about yourself, and that you have your inner child and you should give breaks to yourself, but there is something that you have to do. Another thing that worked for me is sharing about my dreams, my ideas, my goals with my close people, my friends or family members. I wanted to fix my sleeping schedule. I wanted to start to go to bed earlier, and I told about that to my mom. And we live in different countries. There is time difference between us, and let's say when it's midnight here, it's 8 p.m. there. And then I said, if we are on the phone and if it's close to midnight, can you just please remind me that I promised to go to bed before midnight, and say like I have to do this because it's good, it's healthy, I promise, blah blah blah. And then now, right, if we're on the phone, or if she says I'm online, sometimes she will send me this messages. Oh Lily, you said that you want to go to bed earlier, so it's late there. And it's kind of a reminder that yeah, I thought about it, I promised. So it worked for me. And if you think you have such people around you, and ask them not to be, like pushy or aggressive, just in a nice tone, remind you about what you wanted to do, about your goals. That was helpful for me, that worked for me. You can also try that one. And this is one of my favorite parts, is rewarding yourself. As I said, we all have our inner child, and children like rewards. We can set goals and things we have to do for a day, for a week, for a month, but it's also very important to reward yourself. Let's say if I write the to-do list for the day, I will also include something small, how I'm going to reward myself, which can be eating my favorite food, or which can be going out with a friend to have fun, right? These are the small rewards we have to give to us, which is important. We can write to-do lists for the day, for the week, for the month, and for the year. The new year plan, what we're going to accomplish in this coming new year. And it's very important to write how you would reward yourself if you accomplished everything from the list, or most of the things from the list, how you would reward yourself, which can be buying something new and big, a new phone, a new laptop, a trip somewhere, right? So don't forget about it. When you do your to-do list, also you should write the reward, and something you really want, you really need. Don't just go and do it. You tell to yourself, I will do it if I finish this, if I accomplish this. That makes life more interesting, okay? Another problem, some people can be too harsh on themselves. Like, these are two extremes. One is like doing nothing, being so lazy, and the other part is like being too harsh or feeling guilty. Oh, I wrote 5 things in my to-do list, but I did 2 or 3 or 4. I didn't accomplish. No, don't be harsh on yourself, okay? Just be thankful that you did as much as you could do, that you did something. Yeah, just be a good mom to yourself. You can't say to your child, oh, you are so bad, you don't do nothing, blah blah blah, you did something small, someone else did something more. No, we don't say that, right? We say, good, you did something, good job, but you can do better. That's how you have to be to yourself, okay? And of course, if our children, they don't do anything, we can't say, okay, good, just keep doing nothing. No, we encourage, we motivate, we praise, right? But at the same time, we remind they have to do more, without comparing to others. So love yourself, love your inner child. Don't be too harsh to yourself, okay? Praise, at the same time say there is more to do. I hope you can be more hardworking. I hope you can grow, and then you can be better. But say it without criticizing, without feeling guilty, but really appreciating and loving yourself, and praising for the things you have already done. Again, there are many ways to overcome procrastination and laziness, but depending on our personality, different things and techniques might work for us. So what you can do, you can read books, you can watch videos, listen to podcasts, ask from your friends how they do it, how they overcome it, and try. I shared things that worked for me, but we all have different personalities and different things might work for us. That's why you try, and then you can write down what worked for you better, okay? Try different techniques and find the ones that work for you. And don't worry, worry, we all are human beings. We all come across this laziness and procrastination, which is okay sometimes, which is normal. Okay, we all need a break, but the most important thing, not to stay in that situation for a long time. Okay, after each break, there should be work, activeness, and life and energy. That's why try to use the techniques, the hacks that I mentioned in my video, and you can write down in comments what works for you. This is my first video, okay, for this channel. Please don't be too strict to me, okay? Again, I overcame my procrastination and laziness, and instead of putting huge big goals, I'm like, go and do, start making this video. So I did this for you, I made this for you. I hope it can be useful for you. Share your experiences in the comments below, how you overcome procrastination. Put your like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!